Okay. Also, Shashi Tharoor in early leads is trailing in his seat in Trivandrum. Those are details that are just coming in. Once again, in UP, BJP is ahead in 15 seats to the India Bloc in 12. Those are the numbers we have so far.
That has changed to 17 to 8 now, Barkha. 17
Okay.
NDA, India 8. So it's not our fault, it keeps changing dramatically. So it takes a little bit of time to update the numbers, but it's happening at a very quick pace.
It's coming fast and furious. Shira made his point. Dr. Shama Mohammed, it looked like it was going well for you. Now the India Alliance has fallen behind, but this is the nature of democracy. The point that everybody else is making is that you can't question that process. You can question the Election Commission, the decisions they take. That is your right. That is your right. But you can't question the will of the people. These are two different things. I said to another colleague of yours, there's a difference between saying I didn't have a level playing field, you can make that argument, and saying it's not a free and fair election. These are two completely different things.
Barkha, who questioned the will of the people? Nobody questions ever the will of the people. Nobody questions the will of the people. We always accept the will of the people. It is that when these things happen, for example, the gentleman again who spoke before me said, what a great democracy. Why did we have 7 faces? I mean, I think if it was 2009, we had 4 faces. Why do we need 7 faces? Maharashtra, if I'm not, they were around 5 faces or is Maharashtra a state where there is Naxal attacks or any of those? So West Bengal, 7 faces. It is this is very wrong to the people of this country. You know how hot it is? Even for the representatives, the candidates, it was difficult, as well as the people who've come out to vote. It is not easy. Why did we have this election starting in April, ending in June? We never even had it in 2019. So as we are progressing, Mr. Modi wants one nation, one poll. He can't conduct, or the election commission, which is his puppet, can't conduct an election which in 3 phases, or for that matter 4. We have to go to 7, and then they say we want one nation, one poll. So what he talks and what the other side, there is huge discrepancy. We have never questioned the will of the people. We will always accept the will of the people. But it is what is happening around, how the will of the people is changing. If you go to the ground in Punjab, or for that matter in UP, or people are upset about the price rise and unemployment. This is the basic issue in this country. There is no equality here. You know that 1% of this country own 40% of the wealth. So it is not. It is this GST on everything. Everything less than 20 kgs or 20 liters. There's a 5% GST on rice, wheat, milk, curd. I mean, how does the common man afford all this? And salaries have not gone up. Jobs have gone down. During our time, at least during the UPA time,
I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but the NDA at the moment in Leeds has just crossed the 200 mark. It's 205 to the India Alliance's 80 seats. We're starting to get individual leads from states. Karthikeya, a quick run through of the numbers.
I think some interesting numbers are picked up. Barkha, Haryana is going India way 7-2. Odisha, BJP way 8-3. And these are leads, of course. Early leads still, I would say. Karnataka, as exit polls were saying, and surprisingly so, it's one way it seems so far.
And look at Bengal. Look at Bengal on your screen right now, by the way. Pretty close fight there. Rahul Gandhi, Supriya Sule leading. Yes, we can see this.
Supriya Sule is trailing, I think, from the last slide, if I'm not wrong. Yes,
trailing. I'm so sorry. Thank you for correcting me. I read that wrong. Yeah.
Karnataka, BJP, NDA is 17 to Congress is 2 at this point. So this is as per what the exit polls had predicted. But Bengal, I think you're saying BJP 11, TMC 7, Congress +1. So so far, this is...
I think Sriram's wanted to jump in. Sriram?
Just two updates from the Telugu states. Early leads for BJP in Telangana, which of course...
Can we switch to the... Yeah, I think we have the Telangana slide. Please move to Andhra and Telangana, please. Yes. Could we have the slides of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana as they're coming up? Sriram, do go ahead. Yeah.
Telugu Desam alliance with the Janasena party and BJP is looking like it's got early leads and the votes of the postal ballots at least. And in Telangana, looks like BJP has got early leads. I'm very sure it will change, but as of now,
yeah, but Sriram, in Telangana now it's Congress 9 to BJP is 5 at this point.
Okay, then we need to correct that. We need to. Okay, The numbers are coming in so quickly that by the time we put up a slide, the lead has changed. So you've got to forgive us for that. We're trying our best to keep pace. Guys, we're being told that this slide is dated. So if you could please refresh it and update it. Let's get reactions in the meantime. Rahul Ishwar, do go ahead.
Just one submission, with due respect to Shamaji, this is where our left liberal friends and Congress is getting it wrong. See, so-called bread and butter issues and livelihood issues are not only the issues in election. There is something called an entire right-wing spectrum where caste, religion, community, region, local issues, identity, pride, these kind of things matter. This is the reality. For example, in USA, I'm just taking the example of USA so that there is impartiality. Yeah. See, people vote for an absolute liar called Trump because there is an identity issue, there is immigration issue, so many other issues involved. See, so there is an entire spectrum there you are missing. I respect Nehruji, but the Nehruvian spectrum is not the alone spectrum. There is an entire Sardar Patel spectrum on the other side, and Mahatma Gandhi used to balance it. They even used to, Nedaji in one letter to Nehruji even called it the right and left of Congress. I think the left wing of Congress boycotted Mahatma Gandhi, and Nedaji was questioning how dare the left wing.
Okay, everybody has their hands up. First Shama, then Dr. Tayal. Karthik, if you have an urgent update, we have Karnataka numbers on our screen.
Just the India Alliance has now breached the triple digit mark.
The 100 mark. Yes. So the India Alliance at 100 or a little over 100, and the NDA well ahead at this moment, ahead across the 200 milestone mark. Let's start going through several of the states. Dr. Mohammed, do go ahead. It's 233 to 114. The NDA and the India Alliance. Shama, please go ahead. Yes.
He was talking about something. I agree those issues are there. But you see, America is a developed nation. Here, people don't even get drinking water. They need, these things are very important. Now, let me tell you, during the Trump's time, let's not forget one very important thing. When the CNN reporter was kicked out by Trump, he went to the Supreme Court. Even Fox News, who is a right-wing news channel, stood with CNN, because they believe in the fourth estate. Here, what has happened to the fourth estate? You're an exception, Barkha, but the fourth estate is completely on one side. Before 2014, the government was questioned for everything. You know what happened, Nirbhaya, the coal allegation, 2G, everything. Here, the government is never questioned. I mean, you know what is electoral bonds? What did the Supreme Court of India say? Unconstitutional. And which reporter was questioning Mr. Modi or the government? How can you pass the Finance Bill 2017? Nobody questions. That is the difference. During the Trump time, I'm telling Rahul Ishwar, the fourth estate was not bought. They even kicked out Trump from Twitter. That is how it is in America. Here,
but Shama,
estate, except for a few, let me finish, except for a few, I've seen it from 2015 onwards. It is completely on one side. We are questioned whenever things happen in India. Whatever happens, Mr. Modi is never questioned, even for his speeches against the Muslims. Right now, calling them all sorts of things. I mean, no Prime Minister of India has gone to such level fighting an election, calling your own people Guspetias. I mean, the level he has gone to, I'm sorry to say, that is not what the Prime Minister's chair behoves.
Doctor, okay, those are strong words, and the debate and the postmortem of how this campaign was run will continue. But Dr. Tayal, I want to bring you in. In Haryana, the BJP is expectedly not doing well. The Congress is leading in 7 seats to the BJP's 2. But overall, the NDA is well ahead. In UP, by the way, the BJP is ahead in 20 seats to the 11 of the India Bloc. In Karnataka, the NDA is ahead in 15 to 5 of the Congress. In Punjab, Dr. Tayal, your home state, look at the leads right now. 5 for AAP, 4 for Congress, 2 for BJP. It's a kind of fragmented set of leads in what was expected. It's not surprising. It's been a multi-cornered contest there. Dr. Tayal, do go ahead.
So I think, Barkha, it's time to call enough is enough. What is going on? We're saying, why 7 phases? No, nobody knew one had to go to Mr. Rahul Gandhi and ask him, how many phases, sir? What's going on here? One nation, one election, we need to understand what is the meaning of one nation, one election. One nation, one election doesn't mean the entire election on one day. What it means is your MLA, your MP, all these elections happen together. So you can't conduct an election. I mean, come on, give the country its due. When you say you can't conduct an election, the country set a world record. I mean, typical situation where we are coming to a situation where we are saying, naach na jane aangan teda. So, ab 7 days hue, isliye hum haar gaye. EVM. Now, for a moment, we all know EVMs are being, even though Supreme Court has thrown it out. Now, did the Did the psephologists go and talk to the EVMs? They talk to the people. And if the two of them will come to the same level, then how do you contradict that? The basic issue, which I was mentioning earlier when you just cut me off, was that actually the natural grass has been changed by AstroTurf. The grass has changed. You have to change your the way you play the game. You can't play the game you were playing in 1947. That is the trouble. That was exploitative. Today, what BJP and what Narendra Modi has brought in is the true nationalism, where you are actually working for the people. You're bringing schemes for them. You are promoting them. You're working for them. And that is where pro-incumbency comes in. Pro-incumbency comes in because you've got an opportunity which the opposition doesn't have. You can now work for the people and tell them what you are doing. And that is what actually should be. But we've all our lives been treated to that there's only something called anti-incumbency. And what where I reach there, just a moment, where I reach there, Barkha, is today that I'm reminded of my, once upon a time, my favorite author, Ayn Rand. Who says, if you think there is a contradiction, go back and check your premises. That is what Congress needs to do.
Okay, I just wanted to say to any guest that I'm cutting off, because Dharinder ji, you said I cut you off. It's because I have to keep coming in with the numbers. I have to keep coming in for the numbers of itni jaldi se aa rahe hain, they're coming like a cascade. So Karthik, take us through the numbers and then we'll go around the panel once.
So Barkha, it's more or less now for the last 10 odd minutes, NDA is 2x India essentially.
Yeah.
And that trend has held. Now, some interesting states that I'm tracking are Haryana, where India is doing really well. 7 of the 10 leads for Congress. Tamil Nadu, India way ahead, 12-0. Of course, the usual suspects where the BJP is sort of almost aiming at a sweep are Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat. Rajasthan is now sort of evening up in the sense that it's 7-5 for the BJP. Bengal and Odisha, which the exit polls surprised us with, seem to be suggesting that the exit polls are kind of correct, at least initially, because in Bengal, BJP is in double digits, whereas Trinamool is finding it difficult to cross the 10.
But can we talk about UP for just a second? At least right now, the gap is not that huge. It's BJP and allies 15 and the SP and allies 12.
It's 22-12 now, because again.
Okay, can we refresh? Yeah, I'm sorry,
Barkha,
I don't know.
Barkha, honestly speaking, I've been on your show saying that if the India Alliance can sort of, cap the NDA even at 60 in UP, that will be a decent election. And I'm just saying that from the context of 2019, when BSP, SP combined could not go beyond 15 seats. So now in the absence of BSP, if the SP Congress can, and now even the RLD has gone to the NDA, if the SP Congress can stop the BJP where they were in 2019, better still cut 2 or 3 odd seats, then that will be a satisfactory performance. Not a very good performance, but a satisfactory performance.
Okay.
People have denied the BJP.
I want to bring in Sriram. I want to bring in Sriram. His home state, Telangana, is on the screen. I don't know if these are the latest numbers. They're changing literally every minute. But do go ahead, Sriram.
One interesting thing at the end of the day will not be about the performance of BJP and Congress alone, which is primarily what it is, but how wrong or right exit polls have been. Right now, if you look at Karnataka, and this is changing again, Congress is doing better than BJP in Karnataka as of this moment. And that's interesting.
In Telangana, Sriram, it's 9-5 Congress, but Karnataka, I can see it's 18-7 to the BJP.
Can we scroll down to Karnataka and update the slides quickly? Yeah, Sriram, go ahead.
Telangana, again, with some sense of expertise rather than familiarity, I can tell you Congress will get better than exit polls and better than BJP, but that's just one small state. But I'm looking at all those places where the exit polls directionally are going wrong. As per the latest reports and leads I see on your screen, in Karnataka, Congress seems to be defying the exit poll.
Can we look at the latest numbers from Karnataka in just a moment, please? Can we just go to Karnataka and So, okay, so it's 7 at the moment, Sriram. This is what we have. We have 18 leads for the BJP in Karnataka and 7 for the Congress. Karthikeya, if you can maybe just hop off and help us update the slides, that would be great.
So I'll add, Sriram is correct to the sense that no exit poll, at least the mainstream, including us, gave the Congress even 7. I think everybody capped them at roughly 5.
Yes.
So I think Sriram is partially correct in the sense that Congress, if it continues and, is around that 8 to 10 mark, then exit polls can say that, quantitatively you were not right, but of course qualitatively you said that, BJP is
Okay. Dr. Tyal had a question for Karthik, and Karthik, then we need you to look at the numbers. But Dr. Tyal, go ahead.
What I wanted to ask Karthik was, because it is 8:41 already, so these are now the regular votes and not just the postal votes.
Sir,
Yes,
I think
it
there's a lot of
seems so.
there's a lot of heterogeneity across states. Within states also, there is heterogeneity across seats, I would say. So I don't think I can make a general statement, but I would say that we are in that phase now where I think we are gradually moving from the
Okay.
postal phase to the EVM phase. Yeah.
Okay.
And just
Okay.
one remark I want to make, because Shriram was talking about how right or wrong the exit polls can be. So I just took up that data. Now, in 2014, when Chanakya said 340 for NDA, they shocked everybody, but proved to be correct. Again, they were right in 2019 when they said 350. So this time they are saying 400. So I'm very sure they're going to be right.
Okay.
I agree with the broader direction, Ms. Dayal. My point is, exit polls will get overall right, but some pockets they'll go wrong. I'm looking at those outlier
I just want to come in. We have a lot of numbers. I'm going to request Karthike to actually just step out for a moment and help us collate some of those numbers. And in the meantime, I want to take you through the numbers we have. So I'll start with Karnataka, where Shriram made the point that no exit poll gave the Congress more than 5. At the moment, the Congress is leading in 7 to the BJP's 18. But if we can just switch, can we go to some of the other states? West Bengal is very important. Look at this. The Prime Minister had said that Bengal would be the BJP's best performance. The BJP is leading in 17 to the TMC's 9. Others, that's the left and Congress, are at 3. Can we just look at a couple of other states? We do know in Delhi, we have that on our screen, the BJP is leading in all 7 seats. In Haryana, it is advantage Congress. Telangana, where Shriram is, in Andhra Pradesh right now, go slow, guys. Stay on one slide. That's TDP and its allies ahead in 6. Jagan Reddy's party yet to open its account. This is Andhra. If we go back briefly to Telangana for just a second, if we can go back to Telangana, the BJP is leading in 5 ahead of the Congress. The BJP got 4 last time and was ahead of the Congress even last time. This is despite the handsome victory of the Congress in the assembly elections. And that takes me to a very important question for you, Dr. Shama Mohammed. One of the patterns that is emerging, if the results confirm the broad direction of the exit poll, is that even in states where the Congress has won the assembly elections, Karnataka and Telangana being 2 important examples, the voter obviously sees your party as a good or sometimes even better than the BJP option at a state level, but isn't seeing you as a national alternative. These are split responses coming from the voters. Do you not think the Congress has to reflect on why it is not being seen as a national alternative, but it is being seen as a regional alternative, even when it goes up against the same BJP? Dr. Mohammed.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. See, there are various things which leads you to a national alternative. It is the image given to the Prime Minister of this country that, after he came in, the world knew us. I mean, what is that? I have lived abroad. I was brought up abroad, Barkha. When I was in the 80s, I was brought up in Kuwait. India was well known even then. Let me give you one simple example. When Iraq invaded Kuwait in 1990, the Iraqis would not touch the Indians. Even when we went out shopping, the military was on. They say, Indian, please, we are your friends, because in the Iran-Iraq war, India always supported Iraq. And they recognize us. So where is this joke coming that after 2000? So it is the image built around it. Media is one of the biggest culprit in this. I am pointing fingers, except for a few. So there is definitely, and the gentleman from the Bharatiya Janata Party, I don't know, he doesn't understand that I've been doing it for the last 9 years. I never meant one election, one nation, meaning that in one day. What we all know, it's the assembly elections and the loksabha elections are supposed to be conducted together. So I'm not somebody, maybe you don't know who I am. I don't know who you are. I've seen you for the first time. But
this is let me introduce you. This is Dr. Tyal.
He can't insult somebody's intelligence. That is not justified, coming here and insulting my intelligence. Oh, you know what? One election, one poll is this. Please don't get people who insult somebody's intelligence, especially when a woman is there. These men think they can just come and insult us. We are much better than you. We are smarter than you also. All right. So don't come out with these.
Okay.
So
Can I?
Also, one last point. All this direct benefit transfers, you know, it never happened. We got in the direct benefits transfers. Let me tell you one very important thing. One of the biggest legislation against corruption is right to information. Okay. Who brought that? The Congress party. Manrega, the Food Security Act, which we got in 2013, is what Mr. Modi is giving it to 80 crore people. They say they uplift 23 crore people, all right, out of poverty, but they are giving free rations to 80 crore people out of the 140 crore, more than half. You know, their numbers never match.
Ma'am, before doctor. Okay.
Media also picks up that lie. That's the problem here. The lie.
Okay. Shama, there'll be a lot, as I said, in the post-mortem of the campaign. Dr. Tyal, meet Dr. Tyal if you haven't. He's a BJP leader from Punjab. In the meantime, Dr. Tyal, give me a second. There's so many numbers on our screen. We have the NDA leading in 240 to the India Alliance in 126. The NDA has taken a clear lead. As Karthike was saying earlier, it's almost a 2x of the numbers that the India Alliance has. We're looking at some of the numbers state-wise before we come back for comments. We have, that's how it looks now. It's further updated. It's 240 to 126, 11 for the others. In Rajasthan, the BJP is leading in 8 to India Alliance's 5 seats. If we can start looking at some of the other states individually, Dr. Tyal, in the meantime, do go ahead.
So there was never any intent to insult somebody, but if somebody is going to come right out guns blazing and insult the Prime Minister of the country or the election process of this country, then it was the logic which was being challenged, not the person. So please, one should be able to disassociate the person from the logic one has given. And what you had said was that why did we need 7 phases? Now, who is going to ask why did we need 7 phases? They were the same phases for everybody. It is not as if the BJP went to elections in 7 phases and you were given only 3. So when you say that, then obviously the retort is going to be there. And when you say, and the Prime Minister says, I want to do one election, one nation, one election, obviously then how does it matter if it is 7 phases? It is going to be one nation, one election. I go to poll 1 vote for the MP. I'll also poll 1 vote for the MLA. So the two are not linked. If you link the two, obviously the response has to be there.
Okay, can I just give an update? Mahua Moitra, the high-profile Trinamool Congress leader who faced flak in Parliament, is trailing at the moment. Mahua Moitra is trailing. Bengal is going to be critical for the outcome of this election. We have Brij Bhushan Saran Singh's son leading. We have Prajwal Revanna leading in Hassan. Those are 2 leads that personally as a woman make me extremely unhappy. It has nothing to do with which party they represent. It has to do with the fact that one has been accused of rape and the other's father has been accused of sexual exploitation. But also Mahua Moitra is at this moment trailing. If we can have that up on our screen as well. In Uttar Pradesh, the NDA is ahead in 40 seats. There, Mahua Moitra is trailing. All right. Dr. Tyal, I'll let you complete. Okay, Shama, can I get Shama in and then I'll come to you and Rahul? I know everybody wants to speak. Shama, go ahead. Dr. Shama Mohammed. Can we unmute her, please? Shama Mohammed, please go ahead.
Yes, I'm insulting the Prime Minister. Where did I insult the Prime Minister? I told exactly what he told during the elections. I can only insult the Prime Minister. He said these things. He called all Muslims Guspetiyas. Of course, when I have always believed myself as an Indian and nothing else, that is all what I've looked at. I'm a Bharatnatyam dancer. I was taught Bharatnatyam in a Muslim country from the age of 7 to 30. And how dare he says I'm a Guspetiya? Of course I will be hurt. I have not said anything other than what the Prime Minister of India spoke during his campaigning. So how are you saying that I'm insulting the Prime Minister of India? I said exactly. Didn't he say all this, Barkha? That ताला लगाएंगे राम मंदिर पे जब कांग्रेस पार्टी आएगी. कांग्रेस पार्टी मुसलमानों को 15% उनका जो बजट में 15% मुसलमानों को देते. You know, the Muslims are the worst in this country. They are at the lower most strata in terms of jobs, in terms of education, in terms of everything. So again, you want to put them aside and put them there just because you feel that they are the villain, they are the enemy to win the election. That's about it. To win the election. I said exactly. So where have I want you to tell me just now on live TV, Where have I insulted the Prime Minister of India? I've just told what he said. You can't say that I've insulted. Sorry, you should not use those words, insulted. I have said exactly what he said during the campaign.
Okay. Dr. Tyal, very briefly, because Dharmendra Pradhan, or the senior leader of the BJP, is leading in his own seat. In Bihar, the BJP and its allies are 17 to the RJD's 8. Once again, this is maybe slightly better. One second, I can't hear. There's a big disturbance and somebody was trying to speak. I don't know who that was. Dr. Tyal, was it you? Do go ahead. Okay, it wasn't you. I can see Sadanand on the program. Good morning, Sadanand, and hi, and welcome to the program. And I can also see Varun Singh from Maharashtra. Welcome, everybody. Okay, Shama, I know you're feeling very angry. I'll let Dr. Tyal respond. Dr. Tyal, do go ahead.
So
okay, Shama's trying to say something. Let me hear what Shama's trying to say first, and then Dr. Tyal can respond.
No, Barkha, I'm not angry. I just told what the Prime Minister said on the campaign, and he says I'm insulting the Prime Minister. That upset me because I was not insulting the Prime Minister of this country. I was just saying exactly what it said, and it hurts me because I am a Muslim. And it keeps, every time you keep pointing fingers, it hurts because I've always thought of myself as an Indian, and you keep, putting this particular community in the dustbin. And that is not fair. The Prime Minister of India has to grow up. He's not a BJP president. He's not a BJP karyakarta. He's also my Prime Minister. So every time he says, घुसपैठियां हैं, ये है, आपका संपत्ति लेके भाग जाता है. What is this? I mean, ईद को बिजली मिलता है, कब्रिस्तान को आप जगह देते हो, शमशान घाट को नहीं. I mean, this is not done. The Prime Minister of India should not speak in such terms once he becomes the Prime Minister. This has gone on for 2 terms. Is he going to continue all this?
Okay, let me just say that if you have joined us close to the 9 a.m. hour, we're in the middle of a heated debate where Dr. Shama Mohammed of the Congress is objecting to the way the campaign was run, the Prime Minister's language in it. Dr. Tyal is saying that the opposition is guilty of delusions. In the meantime, the numbers look something like this. The NDA is leading in 250 to the India Alliance's 150. Health warning, the numbers are changing very quickly. The leads are being counted in real time. We're updating our slides and our numbers as fast as is humanly possible, but do bear with us. The big story is the Congress is leading on both seats in Manipur. That's a news update that we're just getting. Manipur has been strifed on for more than a year. But at the moment, the NDA is comfortably ahead of the India Alliance. That's the latest position. The BJP is leading in all 7 seats. At the moment in Delhi, in Orissa, the BJP is ahead in 9 seats and the BJD is ahead in 4 seats. Karthikeyan, let's take our audience through some of the other states. Sambit Patra, we knew him as a spokesperson. At the moment, he's leading in his seat of Puri. The BJP doing really well in the eastern states of Orissa and Bengal. Those are going to be the big
and Bihar.
And Bihar, where the RJD, which got no. Please remember the RJD got no seats last time. So the RJD is improving, but the BJP is still holding its own. So the East right now is proving to be the big story for the BJP in this election. Karthikeyan, go ahead.
Gujarat, interestingly, Barkha, Congress has 2 leads or India has 2 leads. I think that if India can win 2 or 3 seats in Gujarat, that will be no less than a huge achievement. Karnataka is still 17 to 8 to the NDA. Rajasthan is kind of, as I said, it's not closing, but BJP still ahead 9 to 5. Bengal, BJP is now in the 20s, Trinamool still at 12. So the gap of 10 seats. Uttar Pradesh, now the gap is increasing, it's 42 to 16. But interestingly, in Pilibhit, which was Mr. Varun Gandhi's former seat, the SP is leading now. Madhya Pradesh is a washout. Chhattisgarh has been a washout. Himachal, interestingly, Congress leading on 1 seat. I don't know which seat that is. Now, my bet would be it's either Shimla or Mandi. Again, Maharashtra, the leads are coming in pretty slow. 3 to NDA, 2 to India, and 2 to others. Interesting others. My sense is it could be the MIM or Prakash Ambedkar's VBA. And then Gujarat, now India has 4 leads. That is fascinating. But, it is what it is. Yeah, as I said, so VBA leading from Akola, Prakash Ambedkar leading from Akola at this point. Tamil Nadu is 26 to India, 2 to others. My sense is AIADMK and NDA is at 0 right now. Even in Kerala, Barkha, I don't think that there are any leads for the NDA right now. So the Tamil Nadu, Kerala, not so good, but Odisha, BJP way ahead of the BJD. Bengal, BJD maintaining a stiff lead of 10 seats ahead of the Trinamool. It's been some time now. And in Bihar, it's 19-8. So I'll tell you with Bihar, Barkha, the thing is, it depends on the benchmarks. You said the RJD did not win
19-8. 19-8. We need to correct our number. We have said 18. Please correct it. It's 19-8.
The thing is with Bihar is that I think that given the alliance's shape after the sudden, abandonment by Mr. Nitish Kumar, my sense is that anything around that 10 to 15 mark would be a good achievement for the alliance. Because the BJP looked strong in Bihar. The JDU's capital was down, so the attack on the JDU seats might have.
Okay, I'm just going to jump in because Gujarat that you mentioned, this is very interesting. Gujarat has been a kind of Modi Shah, domination all the way, bastion. And if the Congress is leading in 4 seats, we have to see if those leads hold.
This could, this is not probably just the Congress. It might be, say, Aam Aadmi Party from either Bharuch or
That's right. That's right. We should actually say India.
My sense is these seats could be, Banaskantha, Patan, Anand, Bharuch, Bhavnagar. Those are the seats that I would sort of put a bet on. But again, these are still early leads. This could evaporate in no time. Again, as I said, I think opening their account in Gujarat would be a good achievement for the India Alliance. Winning anything around 2 to 3 seats would be a very big achievement given how Gujarat is currently structured politically.
Okay, I just want to get closing comments from Rahul and from Shama and Dr. Tyal, and then we can start the next hour of. Please, everybody, stay as long as you can. You don't have to go, but in case you have to go, Shama has to go. Dr. Tyal, briefly. Dr. Tyal, briefly. Then Shama, then Rahul. Yeah.
Couple of things. One, I don't understand where did BJP go wrong and why are they not being able to rig the Wayanad EVM? So there must be something very serious there. So wherever they win, the EVMs are okay. Now, the other thing which she said is she never insulted the Prime Minister, and I should respond. The Prime Minister who's delivered a record-breaking election, she is saying he does not know how to conduct an election. He needed 7 phases. He can't do a one nation, one election. Why? And she says, 15 minutes of your 1 hour have been devoted to Muslims. I don't understand why it has been Muslim. I'm a Muslim. I don't want to know. I'm talking about elections today. And it is your Prime Minister who said you have the first right on the resources. Why? I have an equal right on the resources of this country. So let us not go there. Let us understand all the resources, all the schemes, the houses, everything that the Prime Minister has delivered have been delivered in greater amount to the Muslim community. The unfortunate part, I agree with you, Dr. Sharma, when you say that the Muslim community is backward at the moment, I agree with you. And that is because you became the vote banks of Bhasmasur. Congress is the Bhasmasur of this country. Whatever it touches turns to dust.
Okay. I don't know where this conversation is going. Nitin Gadkari is leading in Nagpur. I'll let Dr. Shama Mohammed respond, and then we really do need to look ahead at the numbers. I think, Dr. Mohammed, I'll let you have a closing comment. Do go ahead. Shama? I can't hear Shama. I can't hear Dr. Mohammed.
Yeah, so I said, what I'm trying to say is I'm not the one who made it Muslim. We all know who made it Muslim throughout this campaign. So it is not me, it is the Prime Minister of India. Please ask him why he did that. It is unfortunate, I'm telling you. It doesn't behove his office. None of us want it. We all want the development of India, Indians, infrastructure, water, housing, education for all Indians. I run a charitable trust in Kerala. And in that, we give it to whoever. We convert a normal government school to smart schools, and everybody comes to that school, whether it's a BJP, CPM, Congress, any religion, any caste. So please don't point these fingers. I just want to say that let's hope for the best, and there is no animosity from our side. We'll, of course, accept the mandate. That is what we've always done. Thank you, Barkha.
Okay. Okay. Rahul, yeah.
India is the world leader in at least one thing, absolutely for sure. That's dog whistle politics. From both sides, we are masters of dog whistle politics. And let us be honest about this. And this just one concluding comments. Just like the tricolor flags, Mahatma Gandhi rightly said, this belongs to Hindu, Christian, and Muslim. That's how Mahatma Gandhi and Pingali Vangaya in April 13, 1921 conceived it. Even after the election is over, let us hold our tricolor together. Let us bring all communities together. In election times, these things will keep on happening. But after the bitter fight, it is time for healing, some kind of meditation, and moving ahead. All the best to all parties.
Thank you, Rahul. I think that's a very important point to make, because we did see some early sort of murmurings that sounded like election denialism, but at the moment, at least Shama Mohammed, Manish Tiwari, Congress leaders who may have other quarrels with the Election Commission have said that they will accept the verdict no matter what it is. Rahul, stay if you can. Let me welcome our new round of guests. Vinita is here from the BJP. Sandeep Ghosh is there. Dr. Tyal, you have to leave. Thank you very much for your time. We'll catch up later with you. Sadaran Dhume is joining us. Varun Singh is joining us. Welcome, everybody. If you have just joined us, it's about 9 o'clock or a little after 9 o'clock this morning. The NDA is leading in 272 seats. The India Alliance is leading in 182. Others, non-BJP, non-India Alliance parties are at 12. If we can quickly go through some of the individual states, but remember the leads are changing very, very quickly. You've got to be patient if the graphic is a little bit behind what's actually happening. Literally every second. What we have in the big picture is the east of India being the big story. The BJP has taken a distinct lead in both the states of Bengal and in Odisha. Okay, I have the leads for Gujarat. The BJP is leading in 17 to the alliance's 4. We need to change that to India Alliance. We discussed that earlier. Smita Gupta is joining us as well. Omar Abdullah is trailing in early leads in Baramulla in Kashmir, where he was up against Sajjad Lone. Let's actually come back to the numbers. We'll see that the outcome of that seat, of course, could change as more counting comes in. All right, let me just get first comments from the guests who have just joined us. Smita, I'll start with you. Overall, the NDA is in a comfortable majority. Different states are throwing up different stories. What is your take?
Well, I don't think there was any doubt that the BJP would be ahead, the BJP plus NDA would be ahead in these elections. The question was really about the kind of margins and whether the India Bloc would do better than it had done. The parties that comprise the India Bloc would do better this time. So I guess all that will emerge in the coming hours.
Okay, let me bring in Sadanand, Sandeep, Vinita. Sadanand, the big picture, I think everybody's now saying we didn't have a doubt about who was going to win, and I think what is going to be interesting, and we're going to have to wait for some time for that granular data, is where the individual parties stack up. Where does the Congress on its own stack up? What are the stories of the states? What we do know for now, this is disturbing news. Amritpal Singh, the separatist insurgent candidate, is leading in his seat in Punjab. So sorry, these breaking news developments are going to keep coming in. Sadanand, go ahead with your first.
I have a question for you first. Do you have a sense of what has been counted? Are these just postal ballots? Is this first round mostly? How much? What are we working off of at this point?
Postal ballots started counting first, but now they're being counted in parallel with the EVM machines, Sadanand. And we're 1 hour of counting in, so it's still early. It's still very early, but these are simultaneous rounds of counting.
So,
it started
so if this holds, and obviously big if because it's so early, if this holds, I think the big picture is that yes, of course the NDA is coming back, but with significantly less than many of the exit polls seem to have predicted. Secondly, that the India Alliance is doing a lot better again than the exit polls had predicted. And third, that there's been an absolute sort of collapse of the so-called others or third group. So again, this is very early. I'm not saying that this is what we'll see as the big picture in an hour or in 2 hours, but that seems to be the big picture at this moment, at least.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's also too early, Sadanand, to say whether the exit polls got it wrong or right in
Sure,
margins, because
sure,
we're
sure,
still
sure.
waiting for more details, right? But the broad direction, I don't think that the NDA is going to be back at the moment. At the moment, the exit polls are being mirrored by what we're seeing in the leads. Now, the leads of Maharashtra, Varun, are confusing. Once again, this is early, but you have India Alliance leading in 6 to the NDA's 4. Maharashtra was a multi-corner contest where even Modi voters, at least that I met, were feeling sympathetic for, let's say, Uddhav Thackeray after his party was split. These could change. Do you have any early comments on Maharashtra, Arun?
I was just going through the election commission's lead, and it said two leads, and both showed in the for Shiv Sena, that is led by Eknath Shinde. So, as I said, things would change, and I'm very sure about the silent voters who many people have ignored. You actually traveled in Maharashtra, you must have noticed that people were sympathetic in certain areas to Uddhav, but they would go back and vote for the BJP for a very simple reason, because they wanted Modi, and people in Maharashtra know whom to vote and for what. And I'm sure by in 30 minutes from now uh, we will have clarity on how many seats. And right now, if I'm not wrong, in Mumbai, where it was being said that Ujjwal Nikam will lose and other candidates will lose, they all are leading. As per the exit poll, many people had said that Rahul Shewale will lose in South Central, but he's leading right now. So all those, I would say, while the exit poll may get it right for the entire country, it may get it wrong for Maharashtra.
Okay. Rahul, on your home state, before we let you go, Kerala, the exit polls had suggested that the BJP could open its account. That has not happened so far, according to early leads. Do go ahead with your comments on Kerala and, of course, the national picture before we let you go.
Yeah, the regional leader, I mean, the regional channels are reporting BJP is ahead in 2 seats. One is Thrissur,
Right.
and one is Alapura, but Trivandrum, it is still Shashi Tharoor that is leading. And Kerala will be interesting, but I seriously doubt many of the exit polls who projected 27%. I think even the BJP leaders will be too surprised, because from 15 to 27 is too much of a growth. But it will be doubtful. But BJP will perform really well. But one large picture is, yes, BJP is making inroads in those spaces, especially down south where BJP has not been strong. And equally important is many other spaces. We need a level playing field at the end of the day. We need some kind of a balance at the end of the day. I don't think even the strongest of BJP persons will say we need a one-party state. We need such kind of a balance where opposition is also strong, and a vibrant opposition is important for any democracy. Too much one-sided, either right or left, is only going to destroy a space, just like what CPM did to West Bengal. With due respect, totally one-sided, it will destroy themselves in the long run. So that I hope that balance is maintained, that Gandhian centrism comes back, and may all the best parties win.
Okay, I also want to welcome Karam Kamiredi of the Congress to the program. Rahul, we let you go right now. The numbers are changing very, very quickly, so we're just trying to keep track of all of these states. Sandeep, let me go ahead with your early impressions.
See, Barkha, my interest would be at this stage not to look at the total numbers, because as you say, those can change. It's early hours yet, and overall trend about NDA moving towards a majority is not surprising, at least to people who have been, taking a reasonable view of the trends. So far, it is only the people at the two extremes who've been looking at NDA falling short of majority, etc. But I think, as you were pointing out, the individual states would be of interest, and I am particularly interested in seeing where does Congress finally land itself on. With Varun, I've been observing Varun's comments on social media. I have a strong respect for him, but I have a healthy difference, I would say. I personally would be happy to see NDA or BJP retaining BJP's core number of 24 plus in Maharashtra. He thinks there is a lot of silent voters, and BJP and the NDA is going to do far better than what people expect. That will be a very key indication for me over there. East, as you said, is not a surprise.
But sorry, can I interrupt you? Because we're at the moment at a gap that is not very big between the India Alliance and the NDA. And to Sadanand's point that the NDA may be ahead, but not with the margins that the exit polls had suggested. We have to wait and see if this pattern holds. But the India Alliance has breached or just about touched the 200 mark. The NDA is now only 75 seats ahead. Sunita Aaron is also joining us. I'm just trying to welcome everybody. So this is at the moment, a narrowing gap, narrower than it was just a couple of hours ago. And Sandeep, I'll let you complete that point. I just wanted to flag that. Sandeep Ghosh?
Yeah. What
Yeah.
you said is very important, pertinent, but I think it's too early for us to get excited either way.
Well, it's 210 now. It's 210 now. It's 210 for the India Alliance to 271 for the NDA. So it's a narrowing gap at this point.
Yeah. So we should keep an eye on that, but maybe too early for us to, as I said, to take a call there. But the interesting thing, how even that trend is going to emerge is how the individual states are, faring. I think that is what's key. So you were talking about Maharashtra, UP. I was seeing something on your screen some time ago. Again, UP, the leads are not that definitive. In the East, whereas they will make improvements, I am still not too sure how the final numbers in West Bengal are going to, for practical reasons on the ground, how they're going to translate. So we need to keep an eye on there. And I would like to, Barkha, and your people, you should tell them to keep an eye on out of the 210, how is Congress faring? Because we in the UPA or the so-called India Alliance, we expect the allies to do much better than what the NDA allies will do. So the composition of Congress in the 220 is also going to be an interesting thing to watch for.
Okay, at the 265 leads for the NDA to 220 for the India Alliance, at least at 9:12 in the morning. The election is closer. There's more fight in this election than the exit polls projected. The opposition alliance is a very precise number for itself, 295. I want to just play out that one Rahul Gandhi clip of the exact number that he's given the alliance, quoting a Sidhu Moosewala song. I think banta hai abhi, given that the gap is narrowing. Let's take a look and I'll come right back to all of you.
इसका नाम एग्जिट पोल नहीं है, इसका नाम मोदी मीडिया पोल है। ये मोदी जी का पोल है, फैंटेसी पोल है उनका। सर कितनी सीटें आ रही हैं आपके हिसाब से? सिद्धू मूसेवाला का सॉन्ग सुना आपने? 295, 295।
Okay, let's, Karam, Komiredi of the Congress Party. Obviously, this is going to bring some cheer to you, especially given what, the direction and the gap and the scale that the exit polls were suggesting. Even in Gujarat, the India Alliance is leading in 3 seats. In Maharashtra, also, the gap is not huge. In Odisha, the BJP is well ahead. So in BJP and in Odisha and Bengal, the exit polls direction seems to be reinforced. But even Delhi, in which the BJP was leading in 7 seats, has got more competitive. The AAP and its allies, that's the AAP and the Congress, is now leading in 4 to the BJP's 3. Last time the BJP had swept all 7 seats. So this is the big picture right now. Can I just have the national numbers on the screen? UP, Sunita, this will interest you. The BJP and its allies are leading in 41, but the SP and its allies are at 20. So once again, Sadanand's point that the gaps that the exit polls had projected, those are not accurate at this moment. I can see Karthik on the screen. Karthik, what's the big picture on the numbers?
Barkha, I was just speaking to a team member backstage and he just told me, and I'll just quote him because it's, I think, very interesting. He said, 1 घंटे बाद इतना close election मैंने expect नहीं किया था. So remember, you asked me a question an hour and a half back, by what time do we expect this to all sort of solidify? It seems as of now that not soon. Because right now it's closing in. And I'll tell you why, who the culprits are. I think Rajasthan, Karnataka, Haryana, Gujarat, and even Uttar Pradesh to some extent are the states where the India Alliance is doing better than the exit polls had predicted. Even Telangana for some exit polls. And I think that is where this sort of tension is coming in. Right now, it's really close. I mean, I actually did not expect at any point the gap to be 10%. So this is 10% of the India tally, which is the gap between the India and the NDA currently. Bihar, the NDA is doing well. As per the exit polls, West Bengal and Odisha, also the BJP is doing well. But it's basically in the BJP's core areas of Gujarat, Rajasthan, Haryana, and Karnataka, if you think of it as a core area because it swept that state last time. Those are the states where the BJP is having it tough. And even as we speak, the leads in Delhi have flipped. It's 3 to India and 4 to NDA. Northeast, the India alliance seems to be doing well with 7 on 25 seats. This Northeast includes Assam as well. So will be interesting. In fact, Delhi is now 4 to India, 3 to NDA. That's fascinating. Punjab, the BJP's leads are down to 0. Himachal Pradesh, BJP ahead on all 4. Uttarakhand on all 5. No surprises there. Chhattisgarh, Congress ahead in 2 seats. No exit poll gave the Congress more than 1 seat. And my sense is that was the Rajnandgaon seat where Bhupesh Baghel was contesting. But I'm just telling you the states which are probably responsible for this slowing of progress. And now the gap is down to 17. 252 to 235. On my screen, it's 255 to 232. It's nothing. It's the skin of the teeth. But Karnataka Congress is at 8. And no exit poll gave the Congress more than 5 seats. So just compared to the exit polls, these are the states which are probably responsible for this slowdown, if I were to say, in the final solidification.
So I don't know about slowdown.
Maharashtra, what is fascinating in Maharashtra is look at the others tally. That's 18. Now this could be independence. This could be Varun. Hold that, Varun. Of course, I know this won't happen, but what I'm saying is that this 18, when it gets finally divided between the NDA and India, most of it, we don't know what direction it will go to. That's what I was trying to say. So these others of 18 would be the Prakash Ambedkars, the AIMIMs, and the independent candidates. But that I think is probably could be a decisive number as to how that 18.
Okay. I've got to come in right now because it's just taken a turn. One of the things we heard in the campaign again and again, Sadanand, has the election turned, right? We're not calling this in any direction, but at the moment there is just a 13-seat gap.
Can I just add something, Barkha?
Yeah.
Can I just add something? So we don't have the Congress leads from the feed, but the last data that the Election Commission is giving us is Congress leading in 45 and BJP 127 because the Election Commission's trends are out for only 250 seats. That means that the BJP is ahead on roughly 50% of those seats and the Congress is roughly ahead on 1/6 of those seats. So
I got it. I have to let others speak now. Sadanand, Karam, then Sunita, Varun, and Sandeep in that order. Sadanand, of course, it's turned interesting. It's certainly not going the direction, the scale or the margins of the exit poll. Nothing like it. We're again and again going to say it's only 17 minutes past 9 o'clock. I think we'll have to wait a couple of hours for all of this to settle down. But at the moment, you're in dead heat. You're in dead heat right now. It's 244 to 243.
So I have a question for you again, because depending on which website you go to, the sort of numbers seems to be some sort of difference.
Yes.
What you have is not only a dead heat between NDA and India, but India plus others being ahead of NDA. I'm not seeing this elsewhere. Could you just explain this to
Karthik,
ensure a bunch of viewers are jumping into more than one channel? If you could just clarify this, because obviously this is very dramatic.
Sadanand, this is from the ABP feed, and I think ABP uses a certain
agent.
Feed. But if I were to even go to India today, the NDA is at 270, India at 207, others at 22. So we don't know which one is ahead of the other. But even if it's 270 to 207, I think Sadanand, you would agree that this is much closer than what the exit polls had predicted. But as per the ABP feed, which is the one that we are relying on, and which is a usually reliable feed, it's 244 to the NDA and 243 to the India alliance.
So all I'm saying is we don't know at this point, but those are two different stories, right? One story is the NDA facing a lot of competition, but making it over the line. And the other potential story, we don't know which one is true, is actually a shock upset victory for India. These are pretty dramatically different stories depending on
which is why we have to just keep giving the health warning. We have to wait because this is not Election Commission data.
Barkha has flipped now. India is ahead of the NDA as per the ABP feed. 244 for India and NDA 243. I think a lot of people, I think Varun's expressions are very visible. But again, this is all we're reporting as things are coming in. these numbers, of course, will change. Varun,
Okay, so just to explain to you, Sadanand, every platform uses a different counting agency. In the end, the election commission has the final word, but the election commission releases data very slowly. So what we do in live programming is we tend to follow one lead, but yes, it would be instructive to do a comparison or as to how the others are reporting, because as you said, those could be two very different stories. But at the moment, this is C voter data, that we are looking at, and we don't know. We simply don't know. So we're not calling anything yet.
Yeah, so we don't know
Sadanand,
which one
go
is
ahead.
ahead at this point, basically. I mean, we
We
don't know
don't
which
know.
of these two data sources is ahead by 15 minutes or half an hour or whatever. That we don't know at this point.
Yes, we don't know. We absolutely don't know.
But Telangana, interestingly, the Congress has reached double digits now, 10 on 17, which is what the C voter poll has been saying for some time, that the Congress is roughly around that double digit mark, which is not what some of the other exit polls gave the Congress. Delhi, it is now 3 to India, BJP 4, so it's much more competitive than was expected. Maharashtra is now 14, 10, 17. This 17 others is just mind-boggling for me. Karnataka, Congress at 8, BJP 20. Rajasthan, BJP 16, Congress 9. Gujarat 23 to BJP, 3 to India. Haryana, Congress ahead with 6. In fact, India is ahead with 6 because there's an alliance with Aam Aadmi Party. Punjab, BJP has no leads. It's 7-4 to Congress and Aam Aadmi Party respectively. Chhattisgarh, Congress now has a third lead. This is very interesting. I mean, if Congress gets 2-3 seats in Chhattisgarh, it'll be a good performance. Uttarakhand and Himachal seem to be a washout. Odisha, the exit polls have gotten right, it seems, because for some time now, the BJP is pulling ahead with 12 leads to the BJD's 4 or 5. Even Andhra, the NDA is ahead. Kerala, NDA at 1, UDF 11, LDF 8. But the story there would be, if LDF gets 8 seats, that means that the UDF has been reduced, which means this could be a potential lost state for the Congress. Last I checked, KC Venugopal was trailing from the Alapura constituency, or Alapura, I think that's where he's fighting.
Okay. Karthik, the point is, I think Sadanand raises a very valid point that according to one feed, the India Bloc has now in locked in dead heat. But according to other counting agencies, hang on, Karthik, what?
But I kind of disagree in the sense that I think the point we were trying
Okay. I have to interrupt you. Uttar Pradesh is in dead heat right now. It's 37 to 37. Uttar Pradesh is locked at a tie in terms of leads. So maybe these numbers will change. We just have to wait, but we've got to go with the numbers we have right now on our screen. Otherwise, this is an endless theoretical debate on the nature of polling and how votes are counted. Sunita, let me bring you in at this point. At the moment, going by the C voter feed, 37 to 37 is what we're seeing in Uttar Pradesh. Does this surprise you that this is as competitive as it's turned out to be, wherever the final numbers rest? Sunita Aaron.
Yeah, as of now, it surprises me because we never thought that India can do that well, 37, the alliance. But it's all about numbers right now, and numbers are very confusing, and especially after the exit polls, because they showed only 5 or 7 seats for the alliance, and most of the prominent leaders were losing. So I think we have to wait for some time more to get the right figure. But one thing is sure, that alliance in Uttar Pradesh is in fight. Their formulas have worked. It's not that they have been decimated completely as the exit polls had said. We always thought that alliance had come out with certain strategies to fight BJP's might, and that is showing in the numbers here. But I think another hour we need to wait, because I was at another channel where they were not showing these numbers. So I'm a bit confused. But one thing that I saw there was that Arun Govil, because that's something is of interest, Arun Govil was trailing in Meerut. If that happens, that would be very, very interesting, because the screen Ram will be losing. I think Kartikeya has some news about it.
Barkha, can I just add, because Sunita ji was speaking, and I can give you some breakup about UP as per the Election Commission website. This is, of course, dated. But Sunita ji, the leads for Samajwadi Party coming from Kairana, Bagpat. I have large parts of Awadh, actually. Amla, Eta, Firozabad, Manpuri, Kannauj, Etawah, Mohanlalganj. That would be interesting if Mohanlal Pratapgarh,
was
Phulpur,
expected. That
Kaushambi,
was expected.
Basti. So basically, Sunita ji, if you look at the map of UP as per the Election Commission website, I think they've done a good job of it. Then basically in Purvachal, parts of Awadh and Western UP is where the Samajwadi Party is doing well. What is surprising is the Congress is ahead in Sitapur. It's ahead in Barabanki. It is ahead in Amethi and Rai Bareli. This is, of course, dated as per the Election Commission rounds. But Sunita ji, if you have any comments on that, I thought that was interesting. Yeah.
The bunch of seats that you mentioned initially, most of them barring Bagpat, I suppose sounds a little surprising. As for Amethi, I saw the other channel where they said that Smriti Irani was leading. But in any way, Amethi is a very, very close contest. And most of the seats that you mentioned, Barabanki and Sitapur, the Congress was doing very well on those seats. PL Punia's son is there in Barabanki.
Yeah.
He gave a very good fight there.
Okay.
So Shambi, we knew that SP. So we don't go into those details right now. But I think the bunch of seats that you have given, they were the seats that we thought either Alliance will get or they are in a very, very tight contest.
Okay, here's the big picture. We are looking at a competitive set of leads at the moment. This picture, I'm going to qualify this again and again. This could change in the next couple of hours. But Varun, I'm going to bring you in. The NDA is leading in 13 to the India's 9, but the others, these 18 others, let's get reactions now from everybody. Karthik, just hold your horses right now. Try and figure out some sort of order in these numbers. Maybe they'll change, maybe they won't. But everything is suddenly looking much more competitive than at least the exit polls had projected it to be. Varun, go ahead.
Barkha, before I say anything, the stock exchange has crashed 2,000 points down right now. And unexpected, to be very honest. And the other 18, I don't know who are the other 18s. There was no talk about other 18s. Who are these people coming in Maharashtra? I know of 2 seats. One was Bhiwandi, where this Nilesh Sambre was there, and the other was Sangli, where Vishwas Patil. Apart from that, who are the others? Actually, very surprising. We will have to see, because Akola, it was, though Prakash Ambedkar's it is his bastion, but it is not considered that he holds so much of power to win a Lok Sabha seat over there. MIM, and right now I'm surprised about MIM, because MIM is not even it is not in number 1 or 2 in Aurangabad. It is at number 3. Number 1 is Sandeepan Bhumre from the Shiv Sena, and number 2 is Chandrakant Khaire from the Uddhav Thackeray faction. So very surprising. Even I would like to know who are these 18, because when I see the Election Commission website, it gives 5 or 6 to Shiv Sena, 1 to BJP, and 5, 6 to Uddhav Thackeray, 1 to Congress, and 1 to Sharad Pawar. So I'm very surprised.
Okay.